Livy said, once she'd rallied a little. "I'm never going to forgive you." She bent to retrieve his hat, handed it over. God, she was proud. She'd let him pay for her education, but returned every other check he or his accountant sent with the words, "No thanks," scrawled across the front in thick black capitals. Brad chuckled, threw the hat into the pickup to rest on top of the guitar case. "It's no stunt," he replied. "I'm back for good, ready to take hold and count for something, as Big John used to say." The mention of their late grandfather caused a poignant and not entirely comfortable silence to fall between them. Brad had been on a concert tour when the old man died of a massive coronary 6 months before, and he'd barely made it back to Stone Creek in time for the funeral. Worse, he'd had to leave again right after the services in order to make a sold-out show in Chicago. The large infusions of cash he'd pumped into the home place over the years did little to assuage his guilt. "How much money is enough? How famous do you have to be?" Big John had asked, in his kindly but irascible way. Not once, but 100 times. "Come home, damn it! I need you. Your little sisters need you. And God knows Stone Creek Ranch needs you." Shoving a hand through his light brown hair, in need of trimming as always, Brad thrust out a sigh and scanned the surrounding countryside. "That old stallion still running loose out here? Or did the wolves and the barbed wire finally get him?" he asked, raw where the memories of his grandfather chafed against his mind, and in sore need of a distraction. Livy probably wasn't fooled by the dodge, but she was gracious enough to grant Brad a little space to recover in, and he appreciated that. "We get a glimpse of Ransom every once in a while," she replied, and a little pucker of worry formed between her eyebrows. "Always off on the horizon somewhere, keeping his distance." Brad laid a hand on his sister's shoulder. She'd been fascinated with the legendary wild stallion since she was little. First sighted in the late 19th century and called King's Ransom because that was what he was probably worth, the animal was black and shiny as wet ink, and so elusive that some people maintained he wasn't flesh and blood at all, but spirit. A myth believed for so long that thought itself had made him real. The less fanciful maintained that Ransom was one in a long succession of stallions, all descended from that first mysterious sire. Brad stood squarely in this camp, as Big John had, but he wasn't so sure Livy took the same rational view. "They're trying to trap him," she said now, tears glistening in her eyes. "They want to pen him up, get samples of his DNA, turn him out to studs so they can sell his babies." "Who's trying to trap him, Liv?" Brad asked gently. It was cold, he was hungry, and setting foot in the old ranch house, without Big John there to greet him, was a thing to get past. "Never mind," Livy said, bucking up a little, setting her jaw. "You wouldn't be interested." There was no point in arguing with Olivia O'Balavan, DVM, when she got that look on her face. "Thanks for bringing my truck out here," Brad said, "and for coming to meet me." "I didn't bring the truck," Livy replied. Some people would have taken the credit, but Liv was half again too stubborn to admit to a kindness she hadn't committed, let alone one she considered unwarranted. "Ashley and Melissa did that. They're probably at the ranch house right now, hanging streamers or putting up a Welcome Home Brad banner or something. And I only came out here because I saw that jet and figured it was some damn movie star buzzing the deer." Brad had one leg inside the truck, ready to hoist himself into the driver's seat. "That's a problem around here?" he asked with a wry half-grin. "Movie stars buzzing deer and Learjets?" "It happens in Montana all the time," Livy insisted, plainly incensed. She felt just as strongly about snowmobiles and other off-road vehicles. Brad reached down, touched the tip of her nose with one index finger. "This isn't Montana, shortstop," he pointed out. "See you at home?" "Another time," Livy said, not giving an inch. "After all the hoopla dies down." Inwardly, Brad groaned. He wasn't up for hoopla, or any kind of celebration Ashley and Melissa, their twin sisters, might have cooked up in honor of his return.